Okay, uh, here we go. So each unit, there's going to be about 5 lessons. As you complete each lesson, just go ahead and put a check mark there, so I know, parents know. When you get done with all 5 lessons, then I am 100% sure you're going to be okay on the test. Um, Once you complete all 3 units, you have earned credit for the semester. So if you can do that, it takes you a month, that's fine. If it takes you 2 months, that's fine. If it takes you the whole semester, that's fine too. But I will say this: if you can motivate yourself and get these done within a month, then I could teach you second semester stuff. I get you caught up. That's the point I'm trying to make. So the you can work at your own pace. That's the nice thing. If it takes you a week to do a unit, that's fine. If it takes you 2 weeks, that's fine too. If you need help, um, you know where I'll be. You can find me on Zoom during the times that it states on the Canvas page. So, plus, if you need help beyond that, email me and we'll set up something. My goal is your goal. Try to pass, right? I want you to try to pass. Okay, lesson 1. I'm going to walk you through those examples, the ones that you see on the worksheet. Um, and like I said, if this is not good enough for you, please come to class. I'll help you some more. Or contact me and we'll set up a special time. Heck, we can even meet at the Parkland Literacy, that's a hard word to say, center right next to Keithley. If that's what we got to do, that's what we got to do. Here we go. Example 1. Negative 3 plus 4 times 5. Negative 3 plus 4 times 5. That's how you write it. Most of the time in algebra, when we're multiplying, we're going to use parentheses for multiplication. Okay. So you have to multiply before you divide. So that's what PEMDAS says, right? Check this out. Okay. So notice how multiplying and dividing occurs before any adding and subtracting. So you got to multiply this 4 with the 5 first. So negative 3 plus 4 times 5 is the same as negative 3 plus 20. And then you add those two things together. If you're not sure, use a calculator, that's fine, but this is what we want the work to look like. I think you could do it. I know you could do it. One step at a time. So recap. We had to multiply first, and then we added second. Notice M, then A. If you go out of order, this is the order. You got to go that direction. Example number 2. 8 minus 3 times 7. 8 minus 3 times 7. That's what it looks like. You have to multiply first. Multiply the 3 and the 7. So 8 minus 3 times 7 is the same as 8 minus 21. And then 8 minus 21 is negative 13. I think. I'm not 100% sure. What do you do when you're not 100% sure? Make sure you check it on the calculator. Dun, dun, dun. So let me check. 8 minus 21 is negative 13. Okay. There are not a lot of problems in each problem set, and that is on purpose. I'd rather you do a few problems really well than a whole bunch of problems. I think we can do it that way. So recap, we had to multiply the 3 and the 7 first. Multiply first. M stands for multiplication. And then we had to subtract second. Dun, dun, dun. So again, notice the M occurs before the S. That is it for lesson 1. I'm going to pause. Or sorry, that's it for concept 1. So if you want to go ahead and do problems 1 and 2 right now, That's a good idea. Pause the video. Drag the mask. Okay. Okay. Example 3. Now we're going to move into exponents. That's what the E stands for in PEMDAS. E stands for exponents. Okay. So let's talk about what those are. I'm sure you have a little bit of experience with exponents. 4 squared means 4 to the power of 2. Okay? And what that means is you're going to have 2 factors of 4 like that. So it really means 4 times 4. 2 of them, yeah? Let me get a highlighter. Squared just means an exponent of 2. And then you multiply and you get 16. Again, if you're not sure, check on a calculator. Negative 5 cubed. Dun dun dun. Let me get my highlighter. I'm going to send 2 highlighters to you, a yellow one and a green one. Most of the time 2 different colors is going to be enough. I can't find my yellow and green one right now, that's why I'm using blue, but it's whatever. Negative 5 cubed. Let me show you how to write that. Whenever you have a negative number, make sure you put it inside of parentheses. Cubed just means an exponent of 3. That's all cubed means. Why? Because if you think about what a cube looks like, right, it has 3 dimensions. That's why it's a 3. Okay, and then what this means is we're going to write it 3 times like that. And so it means negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5. Which is, I don't know, you don't know. When you don't know, use a calculator. I ain't got no problem with that. Matter of fact, I'd rather you be correct than guess and be wrong. So, negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5 is negative 125. Negative 125. Okay, now you can go do there's 2 problems in the practice set that look like these. And that is what we want you to do as far as showing the work on those 2 problems, okay? You can do it. Concept number 3. Now that you have a little bit of experience with exponents, we're going to move on to some more difficult problems. Negative 9 minus 4 times 6 squared. So here's the vocabulary that you got to be familiar with from the previous section. Negative 9 minus 4 times 6 squared. 4 times, remember parentheses how you're going to show multiplication, 6 squared. That's how you write it. Okay, and then PEMDAS says do exponents before multiplying and do multiplying before adding or subtracting. So the first thing you are going to do is the 6 to the 2nd power, or 6 squared. Negative 9 minus 4 times 6 squared is the same as negative 9 minus 4 times 36. Whoa, headphone coming up. If you're not sure, check out a calculator. Like I said, I'm going to say this many times, I'd rather you get it right by using a calculator than guessing and getting it wrong. So notice 6 squared is equal to 36. Sometimes the tools you're going to need are a pencil, highlighter, and a calculator. That's all you're going to need for Unit 1. Unit 2, you're going to need some different tools. Okay, now we got -9 minus 4 times 36. You have to multiply the 4 and the 36 first. So -9 minus 4 times 36 is the same as -9 minus, I don't know what 4 times 36 is. You don't either. Use a calculator. 4 times 36. Bam! 144. That goes there. Okay. And then last, of course, you're going to subtract those two things. -9 minus 144. -9 minus 144 equals -153. I'm running out of room. Okay. So 3 steps. Recap. Do the exponent first, multiply second, subtract third. Okay? And, you know, if looking over the examples is not enough for you, if watching this video isn't enough for you, there are tons of videos on YouTube. What you would search for on YouTube is PEMDAS. Or evaluate numeric expressions. You could do a search for that. PEMDAS is probably the best thing to search for. But just kind of beware when you do those searches. Often you're going to find they get a lot more complicated and not as focused. Like these videos I'm making for you are what you need to know. Okay? The videos you find on YouTube sometimes are going to cover a lot more than you need to know. Okay? So just beware of that. There's some good stuff, but they often will go way more in depth. I don't know how to get this thing to focus for you. Try again. Try this. Bam. Nope, that didn't do nothing. I hope that worked. Example 6. 20 minus 4 times -2 cubed. As you hopefully recall from example 3 and 4 what cubed means. If you don't, here you go. 20 minus 4 times, that's how you say, parentheses, -2 cubed means an exponent of 3. So PEMDAS says we must do exponents before multiplying and before subtracting. So -2 cubed. -2 cubed, -2 cubed, -2 to the power of, oh, let me show you on a calculator. This button right here on a calculator is how you get exponents. So bam. And then notice it raises it. Bam. Which means -8. Or I guess you could do this on the calculator. You're going to get the same thing no matter what. -2 cubed equals -8. -2 times -2 times -2 equals -8. Okay. So 20 minus 4 times -2 cubed is the same as 20 minus 4 times -8. And then you are going to, let me get this silly menu out your way. You have to multiply those before you subtract. Multiply before subtract. Oh, this is where it gets crazy. So here, definitely pay attention. I'm gonna try to think of this. Watch this. Let me cover up that 20. Now it looks like -4 times -8. Yes, right? If you ignore that 20, -4 times -8 is -4 times -8 is positive 32. So watch what happens here. I get a 20 plus 32. A negative times a negative is a positive. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to do is add. So this one a little bit tricky, yeah? Dun, dun, dun. If you have a fancy calculator, watch this. You can plug in the original expression, but you have to make sure you plug it in exactly how it looks. 20 minus 4 times negative 2 to the power of 3, or cubed, and it will tell you 52, right? So if you accidentally put a minus sign here, or let me show you something else students do. Let me go backwards real quick. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Some people will ignore that and they'll go, oh, 4 times negative 8 is negative 32. Okay, this is not wrong either, but if you notice there's a little note down there. Whenever you have a minus minus, it's better just to write a plus. So 2 negatives make a positive. You probably heard that phrase before. So whenever you see 2 negative signs or 2 minus signs next to each other, it means 1 positive sign. Yeah? But I guarantee you, when I write this in the calculator, it's going to say the same thing that we got before, 52. So either way, you're going to get 52. So there you go. That's concept number 3. We're almost done with this lesson. This is the longest lesson for Unit 1. I can't promise you that all lessons are going to be short. Some of them will be very short. Some of them will be longer. That's just, the nature of math, I guess, or the nature of life. Some things will be easier than others. Concept 4. Negative 5 plus 3 times the quantity. So watch what happens. Watch how I write this. Negative 5 plus 3 times, when you see the phrase the quantity, or a teacher says that, what it means is everything after that you're going to put it in parentheses. So 4 minus 6, you write 4 minus 6 like that, to the 4th power, which means an exponent of 4. Now, there's no special way to say to the 4th power. So squared means to the 2nd power, cubed means to the 3rd power, but there's no special way to write or to say to the 4th power. Okay, this is as hard as it gets. So now we got the full PEMDAS on display here. Watch this. You're going to do parentheses first, exponent second, multiply or divide third, add or subtract. In this case, it's an add, right? So we're going to add last. So here we go. We're going to do inside the parentheses. You got a 4 minus 6. Nothing else is going to change. Look at that. Notice that? Nothing else changes except for we're going to change 4 minus 6, which is negative 2. If you're not sure, check on a calculator. 4 minus 6 is negative 2. Common mistake, students write 2. 2 is not correct. So, again, let me reiterate. I'm not going to have you do a whole bunch of problems. I want you to do a few problems, but I want you to take your time and do it right. Make sure each step you check your calculations on the calculator. Unless you are 100% sure, go slow. Make sure it's right. That's good advice in math. It's good advice in life. Go slow, do it right. Okay, next we are going to do the exponent. So negative 2 to the 4th power. Negative 2 to the 4th power. A couple ways to do that. You could go negative 2 to the 4th power like that. You can't see anything. My bad. Let me try to make this unblurry. I am sorry. There we go. Nope. Dang it. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Negative 2 to the 4th power. Enter. It says 16, or you could literally go negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. This way is not fun. It takes a while to write it out 4 times, but either way, you get positive 16 as your answer. Okay. We did what's inside the parentheses first. exponents second. Multiplying comes third. So negative 5 plus 3 times 16 is the same as negative 5 plus 48. 3 times 16 is 48. You not sure? Check on the calculator. 3 times 16. Bam! And then last but not least is adding. And negative 5 plus 48 is 43. Okay? Notice here's PEMDAS. That's step 1. That's step 2. Step 3 is multiply or divide. We haven't had any problems where we had to divide yet, right? And step 4 is add or subtract. Dun, dun, dun. Sometimes we've had to add, sometimes we've had to subtract. We haven't had any problems where you had to divide yet, and that's common. The problems I'm showing you guys are the most common problems you will encounter. So that's what I'm trying to teach you. I'm trying to teach you the most likely opponent you're going to face. Yeah. If it happens to be Bruce Lee, I'm sorry, you're about to get your butt kicked. So I'm trying to teach you how to deal with common opponents. If we ever get to the Bruce Lee opponent, then you know, you can get your butt kicked, and then I'll teach you how to deal with that later. Yeah. Example 8. 7 minus 4 times the quantity. So whatever it says after the phrase the quantity, bam, you can put that in parentheses. Negative 8 plus 5. Negative 8 plus 5. Squared. We know what squared means. What does the exponent mean when I say the word squared? Does it mean 2 or 3? It means 2. Okay? And we have to do what's inside the parentheses first. That is step 1 of PEMDAS. Do beside the parentheses. So watch this. Everything else is going to stay the same. Everything else will stay the same. You just change one thing at a time. That's why I gave you exactly enough boxes. If you find one of the boxes missing or blank, you did something wrong. That means you skipped a step. We're going to have to fix that. Okay? So, negative 8 plus 5 is 3. Then we're going to do exponents next, because that's what it says to do for step 2. Exponents. 3 squared. 7 minus 4 times 3 squared. What is 3 squared? That's 9. 3 squared is 9. If you're not sure, you check on the calculator. There's a couple ways to check it, right? 3 squared. Whoops, that's not how you do that. Bam, that's how you do it. Bam. Or you could just write 3 times 3. Bam. Either way, you get 9. It's important that your calculations are correct. Multiply comes next. So we're going to multiply this 4 with this 9. 7 minus 4 times 9 is the same as 7 minus 36. And last but not least, 7 minus 36. I'm not sure, you're not sure. I am sure that I have to subtract last, because it says so right here. Adding and subtracting is last. Okay? 7 minus 36. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if it's negative 29 or negative. I think it's negative 29, but I'm not 100% sure. So check on a calculator. Negative 29. I want you to be right. So, recap. We did what's inside of the parentheses first, and then we did the exponents second, then we multiplied third, and then adding and subtracting is last. Whew, I'm hungry. That's it for lesson 1. I know it's a long lesson. It's the longest of the lessons. There are 8 problems I would like you to do. I would like you to do them correctly. Show the work like I show in the examples. And then when you are done, I need to check your work before you take the test, right? So how can you show me the work? You can email it to me. You could take a picture on your phone and email it to me on your phone. My email is smead@fpschools.com. fpschools.org. Wow. Smeed@fpschools.org. You could mail it back to the school. You could take it to the school if you live close. Walk it. This is probably good for you to get out and walk, right? Even if there's snow, get out and walk. It's good for you. It's good to get out the house. I'm telling you, you need to get out the house. I need to get out the house. So I go to Walmart. Walmart is my happy place. Okay. If worst comes to worst, and you live in Puyallup, like you're out of district, or you live in Spanaway, and Washington's too far for you to get to, and you don't want to take a bus. I don't want you to take a bus. Just email me and ask me to come pick it up. I'll come pick it up. Okay? Now, as far as the test is concerned, we could do it online, through Zoom. We could meet at Parkland Lit Center right by Keithley. We could do it there. If you have me come pick it up from your house, I could just, quiz you right then and there. Like I can make up a problem on the fly and say, okay, what do you do first? What do you do second? What do you do third? As long as you understand the correct order, we're good. So these tests are not going to be like normal tests. It's going to be just me asking you questions like these, similar to these. And as long as as long as I'm confident that you understand order of operations, what order to do things in, we're good. You get credit for that test. You passed that test. Okay? So it's going to be an interesting semester. I'm going to do things way differently than what happened first semester, because that didn't work. So why do the same thing that doesn't work? I'm going to try it this way, and we're going to hope that this works for you, okay? I hope. I pray. Good luck with Unit 1. Like I said, if you want to do it one lesson per day, that's great. If you want to do, this particular lesson is the longest one, if it takes you a couple days, 3 days, whatever, that's fine too. If you're feeling super motivated and you do it all in one day, that's great. Move on to the next lesson. Okay? Okay. I think I talked enough. Sorry, I like to talk. Actually, I don't like to talk. Good luck, guys.